I had dinner this week with a group of MPs, quite senior MPs. When the debate turned to net zero, they all agreed, literally all agreed, as they do across all of the parties, that we must go into a headlong drive for net zero to save the planet. All right. We get the Skidmore report out overnight saying within 10 years, you should not have a gas boiler in your home. No, you'll need a heat pump. It'll cost you at least £6,000 per household. There's a push for electric cars, even though they're more expensive to buy. And now, on a long journey, it's more expensive to drive an electric car than it is to drive one on unleaded petrol. But none of this matters to the people that are running the country because they can afford it, even if the rest of you can't. They tell you there are huge economic benefits from us going green. Well, have they told you that your electricity is 50% more expensive than those people have in France and Germany? Double that of Australia, more expensive than America. And it's not just you, it's manufacturing companies that need energy. We've lost our aluminium smelters. We've lost most of our chemical industry, most of our refining industry. And we continue to import oil, to import gas, when we could produce all of it ourselves. Oh, and coal too. While I'm on the subject of coal, try this for size. If you think we, producing 0.8% of the world's CO2, are going to save the world by making everybody a lot poorer, then think about this. In 2023, there will be burnt 8 billion tonnes of coal, the most that's ever been burnt by human beings in a single year. Vast amounts of CO2. So even if you are worried about global warming, the point is what we do makes no difference when Indonesia goes on with 250 coal-fired power stations, where China builds 80 new coal-fired power stations every year, and India burns coal in quantities you can't even begin to imagine. We are engaged in an act of self-harm. It will not bring us economic benefits. It'll make everybody a whole lot poorer, and yet the lemmings in Parliament are all taking us towards the economic cliff. I can't think of an issue on which the public and politicians are now more divided. Yes, we want, of course, to do what we can for our environment, but why on earth should the poor get poorer, the rich get richer, and the rest of the world pretty much ignore what we're doing? Oh, and by the way, before I forget, Germany are reopening coal mines.